All right, welcome back to the DT Sports TV YouTube channel, here for some 2026 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup action. It's the first round of qualifiers here at Pinnacle Athletic Complex between Peak 11 in the purple, taking their team picture right now, out here representing the Mountain Premier League. They go up against a veteran side in this competition. It's FC Denver in the green, representing the Colorado Premier League. Welcome everybody, my name's Ricardo Caminelli and I'm joined by side with my friend Keith Mainland. How are we doing today, Keith?
We are doing wonderfully. We are looking forward to a fantastic day of soccer. Couldn't be more perfect conditions-wise. Just a beautiful tourist board day here in Denver, Colorado.
Absolutely fantastic weather here as the sun is starting to slowly set here. Just north of Denver, we're in Thornton, and you can see that Peak 11 will go ahead and take the south side of the field. FC Denver is taking their team picture. The coverage of this match here on the DT Sports TV YouTube channel. Go ahead and leave us a like, a follow, subscribe to go ahead and keep up with not only US Open Cup content, but Mountain Premier League content and all Colorado amateur soccer content we can go ahead and bring you on our Instagram and on our website. You can go ahead and keep up with things other than our games. And looks like the teams are lining up here. Peak 11 getting us underway. They line up in a 4-3-3 formation, things that we've seen in the past. In goal, Cesar keeping up strong in between the posts. In front of him, Emilio Mendoza on that left back role, Brady Doskowski and Juan Torres, the center back pairing, and Orlando Lopez on that left hand side. Jordan Vaillet is going to be that center defensive midfielder there, wearing the number 5. And then Luke Smith and Drew Leskin will go ahead and provide support going box to box. And leading the attack today, number 17, Alpay Lascano, and number 9, Jaime Gutierrez, gets us underway. And number 10, Zion Balagun, is on that right-hand side, giving us width, strength, and pace.
Peak opening with a nice, easy pace, trying to find easy, simple passes. That will be out for a Peak throw on this near side.
And Peak looking to go ahead and get their season started in the right direction after suffering a 4-2 loss earlier this week in the Mountain Premier League against Indios. They went ahead and rested a few players, and now here tonight looking to go ahead and make a dent, make some history in this competition. In case you remember, just in recent history, FC Denver was 2-1 victorious over Peak 11. And in 2022, FC Denver was eliminated by Peak 11 after going up 3-1, tying the game 3-3, and Peak 11 coming out victorious in penalty kicks. So a little bit of rivalry between these two sides in this competition alone. And the winner today will go ahead and join Boulder United FC, who took a 4-0 victory over Colorado Rovers today. They will go ahead and join Azteca and Harpos in the next round. We still have over 85 minutes of footy to go ahead and get us undergoing. And Keith, what do you look forward here in terms of Peak 11 style of play, breaking this Colorado Premier League side?
Well, it's going to be an interesting tactical decision that Coach Eric Schuler's going to have to make. In the past, he has tended to play very slowly and easily in the early part of the game, and then hope to really pick up the pace a little bit in the second half. Usually Peak will go in tied or even down a goal, relying on that second half speed to get them back into and ultimately overhaul the opposition. I don't think they're going to have that luxury today. This is an FC Denver side, that has plenty of experience and can probably go toe-to-toe fitness-wise with Peak 11. So I think it's going to be an interesting contest as both sides try and figure out where the weaknesses and strengths are going to be.
Very well said, and it's a very experienced back line for FC Denver here. And already Peak 11 contesting the box with maybe a possible high kick. Referee says nothing, so the goalkeeper there, that's Matthew Burford, getting involved in the game. In front of him, holding that defensive line at the left back spot, Sam Howard, number 6. The center back pairing between Leopoldo Castillo and Sam McBride. There's Leopoldo Castillo on the ball right now. And on this right hand side, we have Matt Marletta providing us width and pace. In the attack here for FC Denver, we have Carson Swope, number 12, number 10, Luke Cornelia, and number 5, Ryan Fincher. All three of them will look to go ahead and build off their chemistry and give us an explosive attack. Behind them, orchestrating the match for FC Denver, their midfielders. Holding that midfield role is number 8, John Lee, with Alex Shackley doing the box-to-box running. And then you see there on the ball right now, Alex Shackley trying to connect with his winger. And this ball going all the way back to the Peak 11 goalkeeper, Cesar. Peak 11 go ahead and win a foul. That was Brady Dosowski who was clipped there. They go ahead and play a little bit quick here, connecting some quick passes short, keeping possession, finding Jaime Gutierrez. Gutierrez unable to connect with Drew. Nice little flick there from Cornelia. And unable to go ahead and thread the needle there to go ahead and find Jaime Gutierrez. That was center back Juan Torres captaining this side, getting high in there. Nice little turn there from Carson Swope. And we don't see much here of this FC Denver side, Keith, so it'll be exciting to see what kind of style of play they go ahead and bring out tonight. Do you have any pre-expectations before this match continues on?
Well, again, FC Denver, with the experience, will look to probe Peak pretty well. I would expect them to attack down the flanks. The center of the Peak 11 defense tends to be pretty strong. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not they can find any traction with width and getting the ball across the face of the goal.
And there's already Drew looking to go ahead and go long to try to go ahead and find Alpay here on this left-hand side. And Orlando Lopez gets us underway with a throw, finding Luke Smith. Carson putting a little bit of the pressure on that Peak 11 back line. So now this front three attack without the numbers is asking the questions. A shot from distance, thankfully a net there, but out for a goal kick. And that's number 11, Alex Shackley, taking a look at his options, trying to test the goalkeeper early, but unable to do so. Now Peak 11 with a nice quick reset, looking to connect some passes through the back. Very patient, keeping him short, 5-10 yards. Here's Brady finding Jordan. Juan Torres peeking his head up. Nice little loft there to find Jaime Gutierrez, the target forward coming in. He's being closed down by 3 green shirts and loses possession. So now FC Denver on a quick counter here in the opposition half. Here's Carson Swope through into the box. Has Brady to beat. Takes it by line. No cross yet, so he's being slowed down. Now here's John Lee. And he's being forced to go all the way back here to his right back, Matt Marletta. And a nice lofted ball into the box. An easy swoop there from Cesar. And you were right, Keith. I like what I've seen so far here from this FC Denver side, trying to exploit the wings, seeing if they could put some service in. Here's Juan Torres trying to go ahead and find Alpay. Unable to go ahead and keep this one in. And a little bit of physical game. Referee says no foul. This one goes all the way back to the Peak 11 goalkeeper. And with the exception of Emilia Mendoza, number 8, at that right back position, this is a whole new back line for Peak 11.
A little stumble there by the Denver left back, who manages to do really, really well to recover possession. Early on, we are seeing Peak look for a lot of over-the-top balls, trying to beat the Denver defense with long balls, hoping that their outside players have the pace to get by their defenders.
Now here's Leopoldo Castillo trying to go ahead and reset possession for FC Denver. And neither team with real intensity to press really hard in the opposition's half, inviting them into their own. And now here we have a one-on-one situation. Great strength here from Brady to slow it down. Jonathan coming to assist for FC Denver. A little display of skill. Nothing really exciting there. Now here's at the top of the box, it's shot. Not much here to go ahead and test the goalkeeper. At least FC Denver is asking some of the right questions, finding the spaces to go ahead and take shots off. Now lofted ball, trying to go ahead and find either Zion or Jaime Gutierrez. And FC Denver go ahead and win it. Throw in. Great defensive performance in the back there from Sam McBride, coming up strong, hitting that ball off the opposition's arm, out for a throw. Sam Howard finding Sam McBride. A little slow here now, FC Denver. No need to go ahead and waste possession. Center back keeping his head up. Nice little driven ball on the ground. And a nice defensive track back there from Alpay Lascano. Nice little slide tackle. Stopped that attack. Peak 11 go ahead and win a free kick here. Luke Smith getting involved in the game, looking for a long ball to try to find Zion. Zion against Sam Howard. That's been a matchup so far in the last couple of minutes. It's a one-on-one on the sidelines there. Coming back, Drew Leskin with the shot. Peak 11 looking a little bit dangerous, but not testing this goalkeeper either. Is it a little too early in the game? Are we being a little bit too critical, you think?
You would like to expect players of this caliber to be able to hit the target.
Agreed.
Especially on a simple knockback like we just saw.
Peak 11 go ahead and win the throw here in the opposition's half. And they look to go ahead and create something dangerous. Through their forward, Zion and Jaime Gutierrez trying to connect. And that's Jonathan for FC Denver winning possession. Distributing out wide, great vision. And here's Congilia driving at the opposition. Gets past Orlando Lopez. Here's Alex. Alex 1-on-1 against Juan Torres. A great cross into the back post. Being held up slow by John Lee. John Lee against Emilio. Cuts them. A shot. And out for a goal kick. Out for a goal kick, but that was a very nice offensive play there in the last minute for FC Denver. Looking real dangerous, and that's the center defensive mid, John Lee, getting involved. Now Drew Leskin finding Emilio Mendoza, trying to get peak 11 started. As I mentioned, either team not with a lot of intensity, trying to go ahead and press. Here's Jaime Gutierrez having to come deep in his own half. Almost loses possession. And a nice find there. Now Alpine through on goal, trying to get past the center back, unable to do so. This one goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. And FC Denver, great composure defensively.
Oh, that's going to be a Oh, I got to question the referee on that one. There was not much doubt. He clattered into the back of the forward, who's still on the ground.
That's number 17, Alpay Lestenko, who's down still. Finally gets up here, showing great. A little sprint there to get back. John Lee finding Alex Hinkle. Oh, and a mistake.
And you wonder if that was sun in the eyes or just a lack of concentration for a moment there. Definitely the sun is playing a factor on that far side. Anyone looking back towards us in the commentary box is going to have the sun right in their face.
And you can see Fincher there on the left-hand side for FC Denver. He continues to put his hand up near his eye to block the sun.
And I think we got a dead ball. Literally, not a free kick, but a dead ball that's just been dumped over the fence down here. So it'll be a drop ball, and Peak will build from the back once more.
Peak 11 get us underway here, all the way back to the FC Denver goalkeeper. With the zonal defensive structure from both teams not putting a lot of the pressure on the individual, it's allowed both teams to go ahead and connect a handful more passes than you might be allowed to do if both teams pressed with intensity in the middle of the field. But notice,
that's a lovely piece of play.
And there's Alpay driving into the box, coming in. Whoa!
And that is going to be a penalty.
That has to be.
The referee's given it.
A denial of a goal-scoring opportunity. That's a very dangerous and reckless. Coming out and taking out the player. And that's two challenges Alpay just had to take.
First one not called. That one he'll be grateful for, because that's going to give, I would expect, Gutierrez to take the penalty.
Unbelievable.
But that was a clattering challenge. It was right as Lescano was preparing to shoot. He'd just taken a touch, and from his right, the defender came in and played. If he played the ball, I'd be surprised. I don't have a replay on that in front of me, but it did not look good. And as I suspected, Gutierrez has the ball tucked under his arm. He will hand it to the referee, who just hands it back. Not quite sure what the point of all that was. So it will be Gutierrez versus Burford.
And Gutierrez is a clinical shooter. Very lethal. We'll see here from the dead spot.
Absolutely. I remember a goal he ripped from 30 yards into the top corner from last season.
Referee's whistle. Gutierrez bears it into the back of the net, and Peak 11 with the 1-0 lead here in this U.S. Open Cup matchup, first round. And a nice celebration there to our cameraman. Jaime Gutierrez getting his team up after that horrific challenge there from one of the center backs for FC Denver, Alpay Lascano.
Lascano doesn't look any the worse for wear for those two crunching challenges. As I said, I think he would take both those for the goal. So, how will FC Denver respond to that?
And now Cesar with Peak 11 resetting possession for the Boulder-based purple team. Juan Torres. Now Brady looking to go long to try to go ahead and find Alpay again. A great header back to the goalkeeper there by Matt Marleda. Now Sam McBride feeling a little bit of pressure there from Jaime Gutierrez, goes back to his goalkeeper. Oh, and a nice little challenge there, unable to go ahead and deflect it towards his team though. So FC Denver still recovered with possession. Here's Jonathan now, exploiting some space. Great break of the line there to go ahead and find one of his teammates. Oh, and Sam Howard, left back, unable to go ahead and thread the needle there. Jean Lee 1-2. Unable to go ahead and reconnect with his forward. So Peak 11 go ahead and recover possession. Now here's Brady. A little bit of a slow game right now just because Peak 11 just keeping possession here.
I was wondering if Peak 11 would change their tactics, but it looks like they're just going to continue to play the slow ball with the 1-0 lead.
Oh, nice skill there from Brady, the center back, to get past not only 1 and 2, but is closed down by 2 others in the middle of the field. A nice here little churn. Great little churn there from Carson Swope. And FC Denver recover in the opposition's half. Now it's their turn to go ahead and make some slow passes. Here's Matt Marletta on the right-hand side, finding Jonathan.
I'm watching the position of the left back, Howard. He pushes up really, really well when his team's in possession. Here he is right now. Just finds a little pocket of space really wide on that touchline.
Here's Emilio Mendoza, nice.
Peak's going to have to keep an eye on that.
Now distributing out wide to Mendoza. Again, Peak 11 taking their time, not forcing the pass. Nice little thread of needle to find Drew. Almost a mistake in the back there. A great composure from the center back pairing. Here's Juan Torres. And he decides to go ahead and go long to try to find Alpai. Not able to go ahead and connect with him. So now FC Denver's center back, Leopoldo, go ahead and recover. And they try to build something out of the back and just reset, going back all the way to the goalkeeper. So despite being 1-0 down, they know that they still have not only the rest of this first half, but a whole second half to go ahead and make a change or continue to play their style to break this Peak 11 side. And one of the things that I mentioned after Wednesday night is if they were going to have enough subs or fresh legs on the sidelines come the second half to replace some of their tired legs. They only had one on Wednesday, but a full bench today. If it be a free kick there in a nice position, an opportunity to go ahead and cross this into one of his teammates for FC Denver, chance to an equalizer. And now FC Denver is committing quite the numbers into the box, only leaving one behind. Cesar is setting up a wall of two. And you see a lot of green shirts hovering around the top of the 6-yard box, around that PK spot. This ball is lofted in. Can't get past the first man, so out for a corner kick it goes. And this will be the first set piece of the first set piece corner kick of the game. FC Denver getting us underway, and hopefully we get a chance to see what their set piece routines look like from the corner flag. Everybody involved in that free kick has stayed in the box, hovering inside the 6-yard box and in the PK spot. Lofted in. Out comes the goalkeeper. This ball is bouncing around and fully cleared out for a throw-in for FC Denver. At the top of the final third. This one goes back to Matt. And so here's FC Denver just resetting the top of the half. Peak 11 go ahead and recover very nicely here. Cut out a pass in the middle of the air. No foul called on Drew Leskin there. And now FC Denver can go ahead and create something. A great opportunity here for number 11, Alex Shackley. Driving at the top of the box. He's being closed down. And a great clearance there from Juan Torres. But again, here's FC Denver coming again. And once again, closed down. This time is from Luke Smith here in the midfield. Very composed, goes back to his goalkeeper. 1-0 the score here for Peak 11. What do you like so far from this purple side?
Well, to be honest, they've created one good opportunity and it resulted in a penalty kick. We've seen far too much of that. Long balls over the top that have gone to basically nobody. They have been fairly solid at the back. You haven't seen FC Denver create any clear goal scoring opportunities. They have had several shots but haven't tested the goalkeeper once, so someone's got to change something.
Yeah, I would agree. Peak 11 has looked the least exciting in the final third between the two teams, and the one chance they got, they did capitalize the most out of it. And almost something there, but this one has to go all the way back to the goalkeeper.
This is very typical of a Schuler-coached side. As I said, he tends to play low-pressure stuff, especially in the first half, and then steps it up in the second, and we're definitely seeing that.
Nice little scuffle there on this left-hand side. FC Denver in the throw. Trying to go long, but a nice little touch there by Juan Torres. Now Jonathan finding his teammate there, Carson Swope. Nice feet. And a foul there committed on Jordan Vailette. nice little through ball there by Drew Leskin to go ahead and try to find Zion. Unable to do so. So here's now Jonathan trying to break through for FC Denver. Nice little 1-2 with his teammate and gets it back. And Drew being strong there in the middle. And there's Leopoldo Castillo trying to get the ball back. Joining the attack. And there's Brady, great defensive effort there. And the mag.
That is super stuff from a centre back. Very, very cool, calm, collected on the ball, even under pressure.
Now here's Orlando Lopez joining the attack for his team. Finding Alpay again. Nice little back heel passes between them two. The mistake there from the captain. Now getting it back, Jonathan. Oof.
Another good tackle. And here's where Peak 11 needs to create with width. There's no width on that far side. Zion has to hold the touchline a little bit better.
And Emilio Mendoza getting there first before Fincher. Showing some tired legs, so this one goes out for a goal kick.
Okay, so if you're watching at home, down here on this left-hand side is a clear opportunity.
And here's Peak 11 into the box. The second shot, a deflection. And that was almost a lead extended by Zion. Great feet. And FC Denver go ahead and recover. And was there a missed opportunity there on this left-hand side?
Yeah, I think Ascana, wearing number 14, was wide open down this, Orlando Lopez was wide open on this left-hand side.
Not often do we see the left back joining the attack. And you were asking for width here. Peak 11 could be up 2-0 right now. 1-0 is the score. With Luke Smith here recovering the ball and going back to his center back Brady. Nice little ball movement here from Alpay. Maybe foul committed there. And he's been a very targeted man. That's the third foul committed on him today.
And there's your left back.
There's Orlando taking it to the byline, picking his head up. Looking to cross back post. Zion with a nice header. Jaime Gutierrez!
Oh, what a fantastic save. That was bound for the corner. From my angle, that was going in, and the keeper made just a fantastic reaction, one-handed left palm save to push it out for a corner kick. Don't think Gutierrez got as much of it as he might have wanted, but it was still on target and took a tremendous reaction save by Burford.
What a save. Headed nicely by his teammate in a nice position. And Peak 11, they go ahead and get their first corner kick of the match. Completing a handful of purple shirts by the PK spot at the top of the 6. Sun in the face of the corner kick taker. Here it is, swinger outward. A bicycle kick! A second one! And out finally cleared by FC Denver, but not all the way back. Here's Peak 11 still recovering possession, finding Juan Torres, their captain. On a nice thread of the needle to find Jordan. And Jaime Gutierrez touch. Too much to get.
It was.
And here we go now. FC Denver, a chance for them to go ahead and get through all this press and create a chance of their own. They try to go long, and a nice win there by Orlando Lopez. Now finally a free kick. One for FC Denver. That's Jonathan going down, being fouled by Jordan Vaillet, number 5. He's been quite the instrumental player for Peak 11, being in that middle of the park, getting the ball, swinging it left and right, cutting out that long ball, just making it half the size of the field instead of full size, both defensively and in possession. FC Denver here have the ball in the final third. They recover it nicely, trying to get a cross in to Carson. And a late nick there onto Brady, goes down. That's number 11, Alex Shackley, who commits the foul. That's why I would recommend your shin guards to be at least longer than 3 inches.
Yeah, there are a couple of Peak players out there that might be wearing 3-year-old shin guards, because I'm looking at Grozdowski at the back there.
Drew Leskin right now on the ball. Here's Alpai coming to get it from the left-hand side. He's not on the right. Being very involved this first half. And he's a critical figure here for this Peak 11 team. Very involved defensively, and now defensively.
Oh, that might be a foul. Yep.
Now FC Denver looking to go long.
Ooh, that's not a good kick.
Oh! And a shot.
The referee's given a goal kick. There was a questionable challenge in the box from the FC Denver player, who's
Carson Swope.
Yep, shaking hands very sportingly
with Orlando Lopez there. Yeah, I don't think both players knew anything about it. And thankfully they're both okay. That looked a lot harder than they're making it look like. And here's Orlando now with the ball, just deciding to play it safe and going back to his goalkeeper, Cesar. And it's nice to go ahead and see Cesar back in action, who was out most of the summer with an injury picked up in one of the summer games, the leagues for clubs. Having made Peak 11 throw one of their field players in goal, if you remember that game. And then eventually did find a backup goalkeeper in that time stint. But now he is healthy and back in the sticks. And he's an important figure for this purple team. I mean, he is one of the better goalkeepers in the league. Now here's FC Denver, looking to drive through with Fincher on this left-hand side. Getting past Emilio Mendoza at the top of the 6, a chest! And what a save there from Cesar, wow!
And there's the commentators, I don't know whether it wasn't a curse, because he said he's one of the best goalkeepers in the league, and that was just one heck of a save. Stretching out his left palm, almost cupping the ball and throwing it away. Just a spectacular save. That's both goalkeepers who have made tremendous saves.
And I thought that goal was about to be beautiful because it was all with the chest.
It was, yep, a beautiful cutback, chest high. I don't know which FC Denver player it was that hit it with his chest.
Well, here's the corner kick for FC Denver. It swung into the back post, a header. Now coming up for Jonathan, slow there. And Peak 11 will go ahead and kick out of it. Alpai trying to go ahead and close down that space, but this ball rolls out for a throw.
You really like to see that from your forward. If you were watching at home, as the ball was headed clear, he came back and got in front of the FC Denver player who was expecting to be able to take a shot. And it was number 17.
Alpai.
Yep, Alpine was who got himself in between that FC Denver player and the ball.
And now here's Juan Torres feeling a little bit of the press from two FC Denver players. A great clearance to just get up the field.
And as you can see at home, the sun has now got behind the building, so there's no excuse on that far side for shielding your eyes or not seeing the ball. The entire field is now in shadow.
Great lofted pass there to find Luke Smith. Now here's Jordan. First touch kind of lets him down a little bit, but great composure there, finding Brady. Brady trying to thread the needle. Able to find Drew. Drew's pass doesn't get all the way out wide, but Peak still has the ball. And giving up possession there. No player was on the run. And again, if you're enjoying the coverage here of this 2026 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup first round qualifiers here in Colorado, make sure to go ahead and leave us a like, a follow on the DT Sports TV YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram for continuous content. Not only U.S. Open Cup content, but Mountain Premier League content, and overall, trying to go ahead and grow the game here in the state of Colorado, covering amateur soccer. Me, Keith, John, and many other of the DT Sports TV staff with us today.
Very nicely done by our technical crew who have just turned the lights on.
On the topic of our crew, we have quite the number today compared. Last time I think we saw this many was the final for the Mountain Premier League down at Wender Field. So great coverage. I think we have a cameraman on the sidelines bringing you on the field content.
Now we're both looking for him.
FC Denver looking to go ahead and get something out of that throw. They still have possession in Peak's half. And they're connecting some passes now. Here's Jonathan going back to his center back. And here out wide, plenty of space for Congilia. Across into the back post. Great header there from Emilio Mendoza, clearing the threat. And now here's Drew Leskin feeling the pressure. Great touch to get past Jonathan. And keeping his head up.
That's a lovely switch. Oh, that might be a foul.
Great defense there from Sam Howard to stop that Peak 11 attack.
Lovely reverse ball from the midfield.
Now Sam McBride able to find Alex Shackley in the middle for FC Denver, who's picking his head up, trying to find one of his teammates. Gives up the ball to Drew Leskin, but he doesn't have a good enough first touch. So Jonathan going ahead and restarting the attack for FC Denver. Now looking long there. Great find to find Fincher. Being supported by his left back, Sam Howard. Nice little dink there to find Alex. Alex takes Brady, the center back, out of the box. Now, great find there by Sam, finding Jonathan, top of the box, a shot. And this one goes out for a goal kick. Not enough to test the goalkeeper there. FC Denver looking at different ways to go ahead and find that equalizer. Don't think panic mode has set in just yet. Still a full second half. Coach's instructions to go ahead and be said. Substitutions to be made.
It'd be interesting to see how tactics change as we move towards half-time here.
Now great press there from Peak 11 to get the ball there from Jonathan. Here's Jaime Gutierrez. A nice little turn there, feeling a little bit of the press. Does he win a free kick? Referee says no. Nice touch there by Orlando Lopez. Can he keep this one in? Does so, but is swarmed by an FC Denver player who commits the foul. Matt Marletta, who picks up the foul there for his team.
As all good players do, when you're challenged from behind, throw yourself to the ground. Whether you get touched or not, the referee's almost always going to call it. Lovely step from Villette.
Zion, nice connection there. Offsides, Jaime Gutierrez. Don't hit that, don't hit that. I say that because
That's a yellow card.
Yes, and that's how Boulder earlier today lost a player when they were up 4-0 on a second yellow, kicks the ball after the whistle.
Oh, a coach is going to be absolutely livid if that happens. That's just a stupid, stupid second yellow. And it'll mean a suspension.
Yes, especially in the next round where there's some pretty tough opponents already qualified in the next round with Boulder United is Harpos and Azteca, two teams who have played against USL and MLS Next Pro sides. So definitely a challenge for either team winning today. A nice little drive there from FC Denver to get to the byline across. Here's Carson, lets it go, and Cesar coming out big and scooping that ball up. Oh my goodness, and the challenges are flying in there. And Alpaya again in the center of it. And here we go, driving for FC Denver. They get into the top of the box, nice little cut there. FC Denver with the shot. And this one is very high. I don't mean to go ahead and say it that way, but that one had a lot of expectations behind it. Plenty of time, at least hit the target.
As I've said, you expect players of this quality to hit the target, but it happens to everyone. Just ask Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, he took a penalty kick against Fulham a couple of weeks back, and the ball left the stadium from 12 yards out.
It has not yet been reported the ball has been found. Now peak 11 here through Brady, trying to go ahead and get us underway. A couple of players already in the opposition's half if they can go ahead and thread the needle. But again, great patience here. And Jaime Gutierrez coming to get it deep. Unable to go ahead and find the run of Zion. And now they try to go ahead and go long to find Jonathan. Great composure there from Jonathan. Excuse me, great composure there from Cesar to come out and meet the run of the player. Distribution here from peak 11.
Oh, that is a horrible ball.
And now a 1v3. Can Jonathan find his teammate on the left? Doesn't. Decides to go alone and doesn't win a free kick. And probably missed that wide open teammate on the left-hand side. That's Fincher putting his hands in the air. Now John Lee on the ball. Looking at the back post. And that will go ahead and do it for the first half. That felt like rather a quick first half. As we go into the break, peak 11 are up 1-0 thanks to a penalty kick from Jaime Gutierrez after Alpay Lascano was taken out in the box. Quite harsh from one of these center backs of FC Denver. And then after getting up here, like I mentioned, Jaime Gutierrez slotting that penalty away. It's been a little bit back and forth in the middle of the field. Both teams getting a little bit creative when it gets to the final third. One team being direct over the top, that's peak 11, and then FC Denver just exploiting those spaces out wide, looking to cross it in or connect 1-2. The biggest chance there at the end of the half, Jonathan not squaring the run of Fincher, taking it himself, no foul was called, and that Cesar save after that beautiful diving header. So as we go ahead and go into the half, Any final thoughts before we go into the break?
Well, as I said, Schuler, the coach of Peak 11, has a tendency to step up the pace and the pressure on his opposition in the second half, so it'll be interesting to see what he does with a 1-0 lead. He's got plenty of subs on the bench. FC Denver has definitely been the more attacking of the two sides in the first half. They can probably count themselves a little unlucky to be down a goal. As you said, one great save by Cesar, a lot of shots that didn't hit the target. At the same time, Gutierrez had a nice little volley that Burford managed to palm wide. So, you know, it could go either way. I'm looking forward to seeing how the coaches are going to approach the second half.
Likewise, we'll see what the halftime messages are from both coaches as we head into the break. Stick around here on the DT Sports TV YouTube channel, and we'll bring you more coverage of the Lamar Hunt 2026 U.S. Open Cup first round qualifiers.
We all make bad choices. Your insurance carrier doesn't have to be one of them. Make the choice you won't regret. The foremost choice.
With Super Sub, we are your factory direct source for premium quality, uniquely custom athletic apparel. We keep the overhead to a minimum and eliminate the middlemen, so you get better product at a better price. We use any number of 100 high-quality fabrics that we have on hand to custom tailor a jersey specific for your environmental needs and your sports needs. And we also offer product in youth and men's and women's sizes. And in addition, we do a wide range of training and sideline and supporter apparel. In fact, we can also set up a customer direct online team store, and these can be set up as a fundraising arm for your program and teams as well. Hands off for you. Our factory is also very, very efficient. From the time we place the purchase order until the time you have it in your hands for anything over 25 pieces is 3 weeks. And that's the same even if it's a 1,000-piece order. Super Sub Custom is the best option for you. Please reach out to us with any inquiries and we'll be sure to get back to you right away. We look forward to working with you. You can find us on Instagram at SuperSubCustom. You can email me directly, supersubdoug@comcast.net, or feel free to give me a call or send a text, 303-601-2523.
Hey guys, this is Eric Schuler. I specialize in speed, strength, and movement. Throughout my career, I've helped hundreds of athletes who want to get stronger, want to move more efficiently, and ultimately be more durable so that they can stay healthy and perform at a high level. I'm also an A-licensed soccer coach with U.S. Soccer, and I've coached at every level from youth to U.S. Academy to NCAA to professional. I'm going to talk to you today about the high school elite program that we're running this winter at Impact Sports. This program is designed specifically for soccer players and team sport athletes who want to spend some time this winter getting faster, developing some strength, and moving more efficiently. So if you want to move faster, get stronger, ultimately become more durable for the spring season, follow the link at myimpactsports.com or find me on Instagram and shoot me a message.
We all make bad choices. Your insurance carrier doesn't have to be one of them. Make the choice you won't regret. The foremost choice.
With Super Sub, we are your factory direct source for premium quality, uniquely custom athletic apparel. We keep the overhead to a minimum and eliminate the middlemen, so you get better product at a better price. We use any number of 100 high-quality fabrics that we have on hand to custom tailor a jersey specific for your environmental needs and your sports needs. And we also offer product in youth and men's and women's sizes. And in addition, we do a wide range of training and sideline and supporter apparel. In fact, we can also set up a customer direct online team store, and these can be set up as a fundraising arm for your program and teams as well. Hands off for you. Our factory is also very, very efficient. From the time we place the purchase order until the time you have it in your hands for anything over 25 pieces is 3 weeks. And that's the same even if it's a 1,000-piece order. Super Sub Custom is the best option for you. Please reach out to us with any inquiries and we'll be sure to get back to you right away. We look forward to working with you. You can find us on Instagram at SuperSubCustom. You can email me directly, supersubdoug@comcast.net, or feel free to give me a call or send a text, 303-601-2523.
Hey guys, this is Eric Schuler. I specialize in speed, strength, and movement. Throughout my career, I've helped hundreds of athletes who want to get stronger, want to move more efficiently, and ultimately be more durable so that they can stay healthy and perform at a high level. I'm also an A-licensed soccer coach with U.S. Soccer, and I've coached at every level from youth to U.S. Academy to NCAA to professional. I'm going to talk to you today about the high school elite program that we're running this winter at Impact Sports. This program is designed specifically for soccer players and team sport athletes who want to spend some time this winter getting faster, developing some strength, and moving more efficiently. So if you want to move faster, get stronger, ultimately become more durable for the spring season, follow the link at myimpactsports.com or find me on Instagram and shoot me a message.
We all make bad choices. Your insurance carrier doesn't have to be one of them. Make the choice you won't regret. The foremost choice.
With Super Sub, we are your factory direct source for premium quality, uniquely custom athletic apparel. We keep the overhead to a minimum and eliminate the middlemen, so you get better product at a better price. We use any number of 100 high-quality fabrics that we have on hand to custom tailor a jersey specific for your environmental needs and your sports needs. And we also offer product in youth and men's and women's sizes. And in addition, we do a wide range of training and sideline and supporter apparel. In fact, we can also set up a customer direct online team store, and these can be set up as a fundraising arm for your program and teams as well. Hands off for you. Our factory is also very, very efficient. From the time we place the purchase order until the time you have it in your hands, for anything over 25 pieces is 3 weeks. And that's the same even if it's a 1,000-piece order. Super Sub Custom is the best option for you. Please reach out to us with any inquiries and we'll be sure to get back to you right away. We look forward to working with you. You can find us on Instagram at SuperSubCustom. You can email me directly, supersubdoug@comcast.net, or feel free to give me a call or send a text, 303-601-2523.
Hey guys, this is Eric Schuler. I specialize in speed, strength, and movement. Throughout my career, I've helped hundreds of athletes who want to get stronger, want to move more efficiently, and ultimately be more durable so that they can stay healthy and perform at a high level. I'm also an A-licensed soccer coach with U.S. Soccer, and I've coached at every level from youth to U.S. Academy to NCAA to professional. I'm going to talk to you today about the high school elite program that we're running this winter at Impact Sports. This program is designed specifically for soccer players and team sport athletes who want to spend some time this winter getting faster, developing some strength, and moving more efficiently. So if you want to move faster, get stronger, ultimately become more durable for the spring season, follow the link at myimpactsports.com or find me on Instagram and shoot me a message.
half over. 10 minutes of rest and relaxation and some probably intense chat from the two coaches, both with different goals in mind. FC Denver now kicking from right to left in the green, and Peak 11 from left to right in the purple. 1-0 Peak. FC has got to get it together and get themselves a goal. So that's going to be their objective. They're going to have to push forward a lot more, work a lot harder to create good goal scoring opportunities. It's going to take a special shot from outside the box to beat Cesar in the goal. As we've seen, he's a heck of a goalkeeper. And same is true for Burford. Burford's only been beaten by a penalty. And so will Peak now play higher pressure? Or will they continue with their patience and getting players back behind the ball effectively?
If you're not aware, the history between these two teams in the U.S. Open Cup started back in 2022 when FC Denver had a 3-1 lead at the half against Peak 11. Peak 11 comes back 3-3 and then wins in penalty kicks. And last year, Peak 11 coming out victorious 2-1 against FC Denver. FIAR being knocked out by Flatirons FC. And I wonder what the message was for FC Denver at the half, because I didn't think they played too horribly in the first half. They were really able to go ahead and exploit a lot of the flank, and their midfielders did have a lot of time on possession. So perhaps being a little bit more direct, or exploiting the space behind a weakness that they saw. 45 minutes here for the FC Denver side, one of the most competitive and historic sides in Denver. A long history since 1992. And a lot of players, not only at the amateur level, but at the semi-pro, collegiate, and ex-pro level have come through FC Denver and have once put on the boots and the jersey for them. And Peak 11, they're starting to go ahead and mark their history here in the Colorado Amateur Soccer League. A rather new team on the scene. Still looking to go ahead and make a deep run in the U.S. Open Cup, bring a little bit more of a regional and national attention. Something sides like Azteca Harpos have done. Azteca having lost 3-1 to the Colorado Rapids 2 in the new U.S. Open Cup format. And then Harpos making the trip to El Paso to play the Locomotive, the USL Championship side. So a great experience. And now here's Sam Howard for FC Denver. Long ball there, trying to go ahead and find the winger. Great header there by Orlando Lopez. And stops the attack on that right-hand side. Set your calendars for the rest of this fall season. The Mountain Premier League fall season is back, and we'll be bringing you coverage of teams like Peak 11 and Boulder United FC in their respective table. Boulder United has 1 point after that 1-1 draw against Colorado Switchbacks 2 last Saturday. And Peak 11 took a loss on Wednesday against Indios 4-2. So they don't have any points. And this season, in my opinion, Keith, the Mountain Premier League is the more competitive than it has been in the spring season. So exciting to see all of the teams competing and the promotion of Babundo.
It's an important stepping stone, I think, for the league to get teams recognizing that the quality of competition out there is getting better and better and better. And as those rumors, stories get out there about the quality of the play and the opportunities for young men and young women, with the advent of the NWSL, to play more and more soccer here in Colorado. I hope to see the levels, the standards grow and grow and grow. I mean, we have an MLS team, we have a USL team in the switchbacks. It would be nice to see us get a few more teams playing at the professional level, providing those opportunities not just for people to play, but for people to go watch and see a level of soccer that they can learn from.
More importantly, supporting local soccer as well. Nothing like supporting your local team. And the Colorado Premier League is another league here in Colorado, one of the more established ones, allowing both men and women to continue playing after their collegiate, semi-pro, or professional levels. And they've, for the longest time, have been the ones sending all of the teams in the longer US Open Cup runs. Now with the introduction of the MPL, teams like Boulder United and Peak 11 get a chance. And so far, Peak 11, with the 1-0 lead after that penalty kick from Jaime Gutierrez, can join Boulder United as the two sides going to the next round. And a nice little flick there. Carson Swoll is through on goal, being slowed down by two defenders. Oh, and the ball gets lost around his feet, still keeping it, having to go back.
And if you look again on the far side, there's a man open, but the cross was short.
And here it is, Jaime Gutierrez coming back deep to get the ball. Zion also helping his Peak 11 teammates. And finding Luke Smith in a nice spot in the middle.
Oh, that was a sweet pullback.
Orlando Lopez showing great hustle there. This ball going all the way back to the goalkeeper.
Alpay is now covering at left back. And it'll be FC attacking down that left-hand side.
And if you're watching from a regional or national or somewhere else outside of Denver or Colorado, that in the background is I-25, the busy highway that goes north to south through Colorado. So a nice little backdrop there. And Peak 11 now here with possession, looking to break fast to try to find Zion's speed here on this right-hand side. Great speed. Can he get past Sam McBride?
Oh.
A great touch.
And that will be a foul, and it might be a card. And there it is, McBride getting himself a yellow card. Zion definitely had the speed to get by him. McBride went to ground, didn't have much option, but caught Zion as he went through. Don't know that it was a clear goal-scoring opportunity. I think the ball had been pushed a little far and the keeper would have got to it, but instead, Peak 11 will have a free kick from a fairly dangerous position. I'm guessing by the fact that Zion is going to take this himself, they lack a person with a good left foot to put a shot on goal.
I was just mentioning that. If you remember from the summer, Cully Sullivan, their left back, he was always on top of the set pieces. Now here's Zion on his right foot looking at the back post. Ball swung in. An FC Denver player there to head it out. Out for a throw, at least in a dangerous position for the purple side to go ahead and extend their lead.
Good movement by Lee, but the throw didn't find him.
Now Jordan being closed down by Green. Oh, the Blair goes down, a shot and a save. The referee says no foul, not a second penalty kick.
And I think the referee looked at that and decided that Peak had an opportunity to score and played the advantage. I'm not 100% sure of that, but That may have been in his mind.
Now Peak inviting the opposition in their own half. And Zion unable to go ahead in it. Sam McBride going all the way back to his goalkeeper with the press from Jaime Gutierrez.
Zion just needs to be aware of Howard out here on this left-hand touchline. Takes a quick glance over his shoulder to have a look. There goes Howard now.
And here's FC Denver exploiting the space on the left. And unable to go ahead and do so. And like you said, Sam Howard was in a great spot there.
He did that a lot in the first half.
Now Peak get us underway. Give up possession here. Throw for FC Denver. Trying to go long and find the forward, unable to do so. And Peak unable to keep this ball in bounds, so out for another throw for FC Denver. Nice little ball movement there. Again, Jaime Gutierrez having to come deep to get this ball. And now they try to go ahead and find Zion, who doesn't have the gas to get there. This one is a little bit too far. And I mentioned earlier in the first half that Emilio Mendoza being the only player on that defense that played on Wednesday night. Just a quick correction here. It's actually the only player on the field that also played Wednesday night. So this entire lineup has been rested for this U.S. Open Cup game. Now Sam Howard unable to go ahead and keep this one in, and out for a throw.
But again, we're seeing Howard as a danger man on that overlap from his left back position. Always looking to probe down this left-hand side. And now if you look on the far side, you can see the Peak right left back also over there in some space. But with the foul, they've turned the ball over and he's forced to go back into his more defensive role.
The Peak 11 recovered possession rather easily there after that free kick for FC Denver. Here's Drew Leskin trying to create something out wide, being closed down by 2. Alex Konya with the ball, going back down to Sam Howard, just playing it easy and going all the way back to his center back, Leopoldo Castillo. Oh, and he makes a mistake there in the back.
Oh, that might be on I-25. Just short.
In coverage of this U.S. Open Cup match here on the DT Sports TV YouTube channel. If you're enjoying us, please go ahead and leave us a like, a follow, and share with us in the comments your thoughts, what you've liked so far from the game, and later on, your vote for the man of the match. Now FC Denver being patient with possession, connecting passes. That's intercepted in the opposition's half. And now here's Luke Smith trying to go ahead and create something, but doesn't have the options in front of him. Zion coming to assist. And no pressure there from FC Denver, so he can go ahead and walk that one back to his half and make a pass cross field to the center back.
There's a left back wide open. And now his position is in trouble, and this could be interesting.
And now here's Carson going up against Jordan. Great defense to go ahead and shut that attack down. And that's a pacey forward, number 12, Carson Swope for FC Denver. a threat every time Orlando goes up, leaving that left-hand side for the defense exposed.
It was just a sin.
And here we go, FC Denver with another chance, trying to go ahead. Oh! And now is there a second penalty kick call?
Nope. And that's the right call. Look at Howard. He got up and he ran straight back. He knew there had not been any contact. No cries of outrage from him.
I might be the only person in this stadium who was sold by that. But it's okay. Here's FC Denver still with possession, trying to go ahead and break through this peak 11 side. A nice little meg there. And now they're into the box. A man back post, a shot.
That's over the bar. That came back off the football crossbar. But FC Denver showing a lot more enterprise, a lot more attacking guile as they move the ball forward, creating opportunities inside the 18, and that's what they've got to do.
Now Cesar gets us underway with a long goal kick. Coming back is Jonathan winning that for FC Denver. And Orlando Lopez winning a free kick for his side. From your experience with head coach Eric for Peak 11, was there any thought in just sitting back on this 1-0 lead?
It's not his style, and if you notice, Peak's doing a much better job of pressing FC Boulder when they're in possession.
Yes.
They're a well-drilled side that will hold possession. They don't feel like they have to attack.
And now here's FC Denver trying to go ahead and be direct. Cesar having to come out, play some sweeper keeper. Clearance doesn't go far. FC Denver at least wins a free kick in Peak's half.
Yeah, I'm not as familiar with the FC Denver coach to know his style, but Eric Schuler and I have crossed paths many times coaching our high schools. So I'm a little more aware of his tactical style. His high school teams are always extremely well coached.
Now here's Leopoldo's lofting this ball into the box. Cesar coming out, making himself look big. A nice little grab there from the goalkeeper, and no rush to go ahead and get possession going. Nice distribution out wide here to Orlando. Orlando, plenty of real estate in front of him. Able to find Alpai, who's been involved heavily this first half, not so much this second half. And almost a mistake there from Brady does so. Jonathan getting the ball, but is in an offside position.
I think he knew he was offside and left the ball and then realized that no one in his team was going to come get it, so he turned, and as soon as he turned, he's part of the play.
Here's Jordan going out wide, trying to find Zion. Here's Jaime Gutierrez trying to go ahead and get him the ball back.
That's well
Ball
challenged.
stays in.
No, the ball did not go out.
Great tackle there from Sam McBride. And Jonathan trying to go long to find space in behind Orlando Lopez, the number 10, Cornelia.
And if you look, you've now got a low block forming by Peak 11. They're putting 4 men across the back, making sure they cover everything deep, and then 4 or 5 men in midfield. Gutierrez now drops back behind the ball as well.
Here's FC Denver keeping possession, very nice in Peak's half. And I like that little jinx there. Alpai winning possession for his side, trying to go to quick counterattack. And now just resetting it back after the option wasn't there, and wins the foul. Now a yellow card here comes out for right back, number 9, Matt Maletta. Who have who I've also noticed shares the same jersey as this number 9 on this left-hand side.
Are they both wearing 9? No. This guy's wearing 5.
Oh, my apologies. That is Fincher, number 5.
Who's wide open on this left-hand side.
FC Denver unable to go ahead and see him. And the best chances might come from one of the peak 11 fullbacks being out of position. Now Alpine winning the ball back here for his side.
Gutierrez is down. That'll be a foul. And that's 2 in a row on Marletta. He's going to have to watch himself a little bit, or he's going to find himself getting a second yellow. Gutierrez helped to his feet, makes his way forward now, as Peak will have a free kick on the far side. Sending a few players up. I will say Denver has some size in their side, and so winning the ball in the air is going to be really, really tough.
And the decision to pair up Sam Howard with Zion has been quite the good decision for FC Denver to be able to stop a player with such a physique and speed.
Referee having a word with Marletta, probably saying, hey, watch it.
It's the captain Juan Torres stepping up to take this free kick. You can see here on this right-hand side, peak 11 players at the top of the box. Ball swung in. And then nobody able to go ahead and get a header towards goal. Jaime Gutierrez recovering for his team here on this left-hand side. Drew Leskin, oh, a mistake there in the back. A shot from distance to try to catch Cesar out.
Swope with a great idea, seizing on the opportunity. Unable to hit the target though.
And a free kick won there by FC Denver, who are still looking for that equalizer here in the second half. Peak 11 with the 1-0 lead after that PK in the first half. Now on this right hand side, Zion was open and they missed him. They try to go long to find Alpai. Pressure's still on there. And now here's Jonathan with plenty of space in the middle here. Sam Howard on this right hand side. Now McBride able to find Hall. John Lee on the ball. Just playing it back, resetting it to their center backs. Not able to go ahead and thread the needle to find Fincher, so Drew Leskin for Peak 11 recovers. And now Peak 11 looking to connect some passes behind. Almost a mistake in the back. Asking a lot here. Cesar coming out to meet this one with his left foot clearance. This one going out for a throw. So a couple of substitutions here for FC Denver. We got a big fella coming in to play in the attack.
That is some definite center forward size right there.
Find the big man in the box.
Trying to get a number.
And if you give us a couple of minutes here, we'll go ahead and figure out who those players are that are coming in. And FC Denver already making their first tactical change here in the second half to get something going faster. They're still behind. They win a throw in here in a nice position. committing a few players now deeper in the opposition's half. Here's Jonathan having to come back, finding his center back Sam McBride in a great position. Now Fincher unable to go ahead and create something out of there. And here's Pete connecting a few passes here in the half line. No rush and going forward. Forcing it back if they need to. Ooh, and winning a foul here. And that's Jonathan committing the foul from behind. And we'll see if Peak 11 will go ahead and make any changes here. A couple of the players in the midfield are running on tired legs, it seems. Looking long to find Zion. Great little battle there. Nice 1-2 with Emilio. Jaime Gutierrez is trying to get involved and unable to go ahead and keep possession for his team, so FC Denver recover. Here's John Hall in the middle finding Jonathan.
So the sub that came on is wearing number 18, and I do not have an 18 on the roster. He may have been a late arrival. But the big centre forward, reminiscent of Newcastle's new centre forward, Walter Modi, who's 6'6".
And we'll see if he can go ahead and be the game changer, the difference maker.
As a Tottenham fan, he reminds me of Peter Crouch.
Peter Crouch.
Little more meat on his bones, it looks like.
Now Jonathan looking to go long to try to find the tall man. And just resetting possession now. Alpay putting the press for Peak 11. Here's John Hall now driving. A nice driven ball there by Leopoldo Castillo to find his winger out left. He's finished with the cross near post.
Out for a corner.
And out for a corner. Great defensive work there by Peak 11 to clear it.
Yeah, that was Torres coming across, doing his central defending duties. Blocking out the near side cross. Here comes the corner kick.
Ball lofted in. It's bouncing around. Can we see a shot? Towards
saved
goal.
Off the line.
Out for another corner kick, and that's FC Denver getting closer and closer to that equalizer. Momentum is on their side.
Don't understand why they're not just floating the ball in when you got a guy way taller than everybody else. That should be your target. That's Gutierrez making sure there's no one getting on the end of that. That's out.
Being very direct, a little bit too tall there for Fincher to get there. And now it's Jonathan with the mistake. Now Peak 11. They have possession through Drew Leskin, finding their captain Juan Torres. Able to go ahead and find Gutierrez.
He's been a fabulous target, man. He just gets the ball to his feet and he just holds it.
And he's understood that he's needed to come deeper here. You see where he is positioned compared to the back line for FC Denver. So he's almost lingering around where that 6 is for FC Denver. And they win a free kick in a nice position. And again, that's Alpay down on the floor. He is going to be one sore man tomorrow morning.
Not much doubt about that. There's going to be some bumps and bruises on the poor guy. Back, chest, ankles have all been clobbered by various green players.
And And now not a couple of peak 11 players lingering around the back post. Is this a position that you think this will get lofted? Yeah, here it is. Played out wide so they can go ahead and cross this in. Here it is. A deflection.
Oh,
into the back of the net.
Super goal.
And that's Alpine involved in the goal again. This time he gets on the score sheet with a nice header. And Peak 11 extend their lead to 2-0, going against the momentum of FC Denver.
Really, really smart free kick. Change the angle, give yourself a much better chance of bringing in a flatter ball that you can run onto. And Alpine did a nice job of just fronting his defender and getting a solid head on the ball, redirecting it into the far corner, back the way the ball had come.
And now a bigger mountain to climb here for FC Denver, who had to worry about not only just getting one for the equalizer, but now have to get two. And they haven't done much to test Cesar this second half. And Peak 11 might look to go ahead and play a little bit more defensively, commit more numbers back now to hold off this last 15 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think you'll see them in this low block, putting 3 and 4 players deep.
And they decide to go long to find Howard here on this left-hand side. Nice touch, keeps it in, driven into the box. And wow, nobody there to get there, so this ball still kept in here on this right-hand side. Player being closed down by multiple Peak 11 players, now into the box, driving, staying on his feet. And this one is won back here by Orlando Flopez. Great defensive work. Jonathan coming to help, and out for a goal kick it is.
That was a great attack down the left-hand side.
Now Peak 11 look to go ahead and make their first substitution of the match.
Trying to see who's coming off.
And that's number 10, Zion, making the trip across the field.
I wonder how much of that was tactical. That's a smart substitution, taking the guy from as far away as possible, taking up as much time as you can.
And this is number 12 coming into the game today is Momengi Mangai. So Mangai here.
Easily identifiable by the fluorescent shoes.
And I think for us, this might be his peak debut. Was not a player that I noticed on the weekday match.
Not a name that I recognize either.
So a good time to go ahead and come in and make a name for yourself in the US Open Cup, where many legends have taken part in the most historic competition here. In its 111th edition is what we're playing right now. Semifinals for the 110th are still going on.
Oh,
now an offside call here.
yeah, it's the one of the competitions, or actually the competition that I am the biggest fan of. It reminds me very, very much of the English FA Cup, which begins play in August in England and culminates with a final in May. You play in slowly but surely with all the lower tiers qualifying to join the first round when the second and first division professional clubs in England join. They play 2 more rounds after that, and then in the third round, that's when the big clubs from the Championship and the Premier League join in. And it is a completely random draw. Any 2 sides can be drawn against each other.
It'd be nice to get Grimsby in this competition.
Unless you're Man United.
And FC Denver looking to go ahead and be a little bit more direct here and trying to find their first goal in a campaign back. Remontada here. Now they're into the box. Here's Alex into the box. A shot.
Oh, and he scored.
And a bar down. And it's number 10, Conjila, finding the first goal back here late into the second half number 10, Luke Congilla for FC Denver. Finally getting past Cesar, who's still complaining to the referee.
I think the goal scorer was actually the substitute, number 18, who we don't have a name for. The big guy that came on.
Oh my.
Showing some good footwork for a big guy. Clipped it left, first left, then right, and then toe poked it into the far corner. Giving FC Denver a ton of hope here.
And another substitution here. I believe that's Fincher coming off here.
Howard coming out at left back.
Here on this left-hand side, joining us, number 2, Federico O'Brien. And on the left back role here, once this player just looks a little bit to the left. Thank you.
I think you might see a change of formation for FC Denver. They may be going with 3 at the back.
Now Peak, who had that extra goal insurance, is feeling a little bit of that pressure from FC Denver, who are looking to go ahead and step up their intensity to try to find that equalizer. That goal reassuring that the game is not over for them. Here's Luke Smith going out wide to Miogai on his debut. Playing it down
might
line.
be a little too much. Gutierrez made a nice run into the corner.
Now here's Jonathan, looking to be direct, trying to go ahead and find O'Brien into the game early. And you can hear how vocal this FC Denver side is, all the way up from our booth, barking instructions on how they want to go ahead and close out this game. They still believe that equalizer is still there. As you should. This cup, there's a lot of magic in the US Open Cup. Still possibility for them to be the one to make a comeback and win in penalty kicks.
Absolutely.
Now here's Castillo, able to go ahead and find John Lee in the middle. This ball is being swung out wide. And you'll notice this left back here wide open. He's also wearing number 5 coming into the game. A nice turn there from the big man, number 18, to go ahead and find O'Brien into space on this left-hand side. Can he go ahead and find the big man now? A deflection, can't get past the first man. Still with the ball, finding one of his teammates. And now FC Denver calm, not forcing it in the opposition's half. Swinging it square. Finding McBride. Oh, and now a poor touch there by Miyagi. And the center back McBride with a nice split there to find the FC Denver forward. Coming across, and the equalizer flag stays down. FC Denver has equalized here late in the second half. 2-2. And it's the big man again and finding his space. Or was it O'Brien here?
I think they're giving the goal to number 7, Albara Mutlek, who had snuck in unmarked at the far post. A great crossfield ball that split the defense.
And it's now 2-2. Quick succession. FC Denver not only were able to go ahead and find the equalizer, but have a chance, I think, to go ahead and go on and win this the way they're playing. Peak 11 a little bit stunned about what's going on, what's happened. And they've held a lead for almost 83 minutes. Gone.
So now momentum has shifted completely in favor of the green team. And with 7 minutes to go plus injury time, which there won't be much of, it is anybody's game.
Now here we have this player again coming in the box, trying to find one of his teammates. And Juan Torres leading the charge here for his team. Gutierrez here
And
out
they're
wide.
3-on-3 at the back. Gutierrez tries from downtown and manages to clear the safety fence. We've seen him score from that sort of range before, but he was nowhere near anything
Spectacular, to say.
That's the nice way of putting it.
And here we go, FC Denver now. Almost 5 minutes to play before added time.
And you've seen a change in sides. Peak has moved number 14, Orlando, across to the right back position to slow down any breaks on this FC Denver left.
And it's O'Brien's fresh leg that's been a threat here on this left-hand side. So the tactical switch to bring Orlando, a faster player, can go ahead and help out this Peak 11 side, who will need to go ahead and find.
And here's the race.
It says they're coming out big. And that's great footwork there from number 11, Alex Shackley, excuse me. And the speculative effort from out wide here goes out for a goal kick. Two here on the DT Sports TV YouTube channel. What a thrilling last 10 minutes it's been. Both sides shocking themselves. Peak 11 extending their lead through open play, and then FC Denver responding to that 2-goal deficit.
If he gets the ball. Yep.
And now as we get close to the closing moments, FC Denver has that momentum. They can go ahead and look for that winner. Peak 11 has made a number of changes to their side to try to go ahead and close out this game. And now here's FC Denver on a quick counter. And a foul there. And do we see a yellow
Strong
card?
charge in the back. Yep, that'll be a yellow card. And it will give FC the opportunity to put a ball into the box. And we know they've got a huge centre forward as a target.
This would go ahead and be absolutely magical if they can go ahead and find his big head to go ahead and get that lead. And it's a one-on-one matchup there on the back post. Not sure if I was you, Keith, if you and I were on the Peak 11 coaching staff, I would put 2 on that player.
That is, number 18 is Dominic Dennis, sorry.
Oh.
And that's him going in extremely hard right there. Number 18 is Dominic Dennis.
Dominic Dennis.
I know his teammates call him Dom.
And again, here's FC Denver on this left-hand side, committing players in Peak 11's half. Try to find Dom at the top of the box. Nice first touch. A shot from left from O'Brien, and a great save there from Cesar, keeping it out. That one headed to the bottom corner. Jaime Gutierrez unable to flick and find a teammate.
I think at this point, Peak is playing for the tie. They don't look like they're at all keen to push anybody up. And it's Denver that's providing all the momentum, all the pushing, all the striving for that what would be winning goal.
And here's FC Denver driving again with the ball. And an opportunity squandered here on this left-hand side. They try to go long to find Jaime Gutierrez, and McBride with great defensive resilience and strength wins the ball. Now it's FC Denver's turn. And we'll go ahead and find you the rules of overtime.
There are 2 minutes, maybe, to go in this game. And Peak 11 looking to create one more scoring opportunity.
And that's Castillo there. Great defense. Shut down that attack.
O'Brien has moved nicely across and
now Jonathan trying to go ahead and play a through ball into space for Dom, unable to go ahead and connect with them. A Peak 11 throw as the referee continues to look at his watch and the side official.
can't be a whole lot of time added. There were only a couple of substitutions, not much in the way of injury time. There was a little bit of time when the referee was speaking to Marletta after he got carded.
And no foul there on Luke Smith, says the referee. So FC Denver still with possession in Peak's half through John Lee. And now is fouled. Fouled by Jordan there.
Valletta arguing with the referee about keeping things balanced.
A nice little move here on this left-hand side for FC Denver. They're driving now into the box. Runs into two players. Here's O'Brien with his left foot. Goes back out wide. Now there's service. Service at the top of the six. And headed out. One-time volley.
Chance to be a hero for John Lee. But his volley went way, way over the goal. Cesar will push everybody up the field. Nothing stupid at the back. Loss of possession in the defensive third.
Going long, trying to find Jaime Gutierrez. Nice flick off of his head. Trying to get Mateo through, who's entered the game here for Peak 11 and bring in an extra set of legs. And FC Denver go ahead and win a free kick in a nice position. They go ahead and take this quick. Ball's now out wide. O'Brien with plenty of space on this left-hand side. Wins a free throw-in for his team, finding Dom in this box. Big fella showing great strength, unable to keep possession. Now John Lee being forced out wide. The second ball being lofted into the box. A header, flick towards goal, and Cesar's there to go ahead and gobble it up.
He will look for Gutierrez with the throw again. Lovely hold-up play.
Oh, nice little skill there from Gutierrez. Do we see the pace? And a great challenge there from Jonathan, who also clips Gutierrez, who's down. Doesn't win his team a throw or anything. Stays down. And this could go ahead and see out the game. Bring us into what could be extra time or straight penalty kicks. Jaime Gutierrez, a lethal finisher for this side, one of the better ones in the Mountain Premier League. Hopefully nothing serious as he has played the full game. FC Denver, get us underway. And now Castillo looking to go ahead and thread the needle, finding Jonathan in a nice spot.
And that will do it.
And that will go ahead and be the final whistle. Go ahead and stick around as we find out what will go ahead and occur in just a few moments. If the teams will go ahead and get a chance to talk before we go into a little bit of an overtime, or if it's straight into a penalty shootout. We'll go ahead and confirm that information in just a few moments. It's all tied here at Pinnacle Athletic Sports Complex. 2-2, FC Denver having a nice comeback in the last 10 minutes against Peak 11. Peak 11, who has sat on a 1-0 lead for majority of the game, found the second to extend that insurance goal. A great finish there from Alpai, a header. And then just moments later, number 18, Dominic Danis, who's been involved immediately coming off the bench, finding that first goal. Great skill, a nice finish, bar down at the far post, and then just moments later finding that equalizer. So a great effort there by FC Denver to get back into the game. And what a thrilling US Open Cup match it's been so far. Other news around the league, as I've mentioned earlier, Boulder United FC, they move on to the second round of qualifying after defeating the Colorado Rovers 4-0 today. You notice Peak 11 here catching their breath, drinking water, discussing a few instructions. There's head coach Eric there on the sideline, talking to his two midfielders. Controlling the key of the tempo will be important for this Peak 11 side, who are caught blindsided by this FC Denver quick comeback.
So we're still waiting for the clarification as to what happens next. We know as a cup game it cannot finish in a tie. Based on what we're seeing on the far side of the field, the assumption is that it's going to go to extra time. I don't think either of us know how many minutes of extra time will be added. Oh, the goalkeepers are coming out. It may be straight to penalty kicks now. Ricardo's busy trying to find the information about whether it's penalty kicks or extra time.
I apologize for my silence. I am taking a
No.
And
we're being told it's going to be overtime. Even though the goalkeepers were the ones that went to the centre. Many thanks to our technical crew who had the rule book at hand. So, now we just need to find out, will it be golden goal or will it be 2 periods of time added? We are up, yes. It will be 2 15-minute periods played regardless of the score. Okay, both teams will have the opportunity to play 30 more minutes of soccer. Right now, I would say that favors FC Denver. They look the more promising team, having come from behind. Their legs look fresher. They looked more creative, especially down the left-hand side. Their substitutes have made huge impact.
And I couldn't disagree more. Talking about their substitutes who have made a big impact. Number 18, the tall guy, Dominic Danis, being the key role in the FC Denver comeback, being heavily involved in both goals, getting that first one and that equalizer in the back post. And they are here in extra time because of his great work rate, his determination to go ahead and maybe this cup actually means something meaningful to him. An opportunity to put your name in the history books, in the Wikipedia pages. And FC Denver is underway here with a free kick for them early.
So if you're just joining us, where have you been? Here on DT Sports coverage of the Lamar Hunt Open Cup. Peak 11, floating the ball in there in purple. And I think that was saved.
Yes, and a great ball in from Orlando Lopez to try to find the debutant here for Peak 11, Maguire. And a nice fingertip save there from the goalkeeper. That's Matt Burford for FC Denver. So even on this side, both goalkeepers coming up huge. Peak 11 committing a lot of players into the box. Go ahead and find that go-ahead goal again. A reminder that they held the lead for over 83 minutes in this game. And now, ball swung in. Players rushing to it, and out for a goal kick it is. Couldn't be redirected towards goal. That's number 5, Jordan. Jordan Vailette unable to go ahead and redirect it towards goal. So a goal kick here for FC Denver. Peak 11 committing players high.
And is this the press that I was expecting in the start of the second half?
Looks like they have a new number 9 playing up top, number 6. And here's FC Denver trying to play through.
And this is Mutlek, the scorer of the second goal, breaking down the middle. He will cut it back. This is O'Brien.
O'Brien with the shot. Here's FC Denver now in Peak's half, looking to go ahead and create something, connecting some passes. Here's a 1v1 out wide, being forced back. John Lee, great ball movement. And a little bit of this Peak 11 press is forcing FC Denver to go backwards. And a great sense of moving the ball around. Great find to try to find Dominic here. And he's been sat down by number 2, Brady, the center back. That's the second time he's done something fancy in the back. And then you saw the shot there from distance.
I think that is wearing number 2, the guy with no shin guards.
And that long ball to try to find Jaime Gutierrez through on goal. Unable to go ahead and connect with him.
So Peak will get a corner kick on the far side. They will take their time getting everything set up. Do you need water?
Ball now swung in. Takes a deflection, is still being kept in. Here's O'Brien on this left-hand side for his team. Trying to go long to find Dom. Peak 11 having to reset, going back to their goalkeeper. Still having a lot of players committed in the opposition's half. They go long. Connie McGuire, nice first touch there. Brings it down. Still balls bouncing around in the top of the box. Finally being cleared, but not too much. It's Orlando Lopez who wins the foul here on this right-hand side for Peak 11.
O'Brien protesting his innocence. I think it was pretty much a shoulder in the back. He's saying, oh, it was shoulder to shoulder, but Orlando had gone by him. So it will be a Peak free kick. Torres standing over it. This is wide and flat. This is where he moved to when Peak scored their second goal. This wide, flat cross that he can fire in between the penalty spot and the 6-yard area. Instead he shoots. Wall did its job. He will now try and go past and win himself a corner kick. Down on this near side. Torres again will take this dead ball. Floats it in, it's high. An open header, and it's gone off the crossbar, but it's gone in. It's gone in. A goal for Peak 11. A free header at the far post that didn't look like it was going to do anything. Hit the crossbar, bounced down. FC Denver tried to clear it, and instead of getting it out, kicked it into the roof of their own net. Now, I don't know if that will go down as an own goal. I know Peak 11, everyone wearing purple on that far side, don't care. A goal is a goal is a goal. So, FC Denver now has it all to do again. Down 3-2. And will we see Peak 11 with a little bit of renewed vigor here?
I'm sure they're happy to go ahead and be back in the lead.
That is out, O'Brien.
And we have confirmation that is an own goal.
I can't be 100% certain. That would be my guess. Own goal. I don't have the luxury of action replay here. I will have to not resort to, but give way to those in the technical booth who may be able to tell us at halftime whether that was an own goal or not.
And again, no golden goal rule, as you can see. Still plenty of time for this FC Denver side to go ahead and find another equalizer. I think they've seen that without feeling the pressure of the time that they can go ahead and find that opportunity. They just need to go ahead and make the most out of it. And that's not one of them. That's an opportunity squandered there.
And you can see the goalkeeper Cesar playing really, really smart. He's milking the clock, holding on to the ball. Not actually holding the ball, seeing as there is now a new rule about that. But keeping the ball without picking it up, waiting for an FC player to actually come and challenge him before he picks it up. So, throw in on that far side for Peak. And again, if you're watching at home, look at Orlando wearing number 14 just down here in front of our commentary booth, almost in his own zip code down here.
And we have mentioned that those could be opportunities not only for Peak 11 to commit numbers forward in the attack, but for FC Denver to go ahead and exploit that space on the counterattack. Here's Jonathan showing great skill to get not past only one, but two peak 11 players.
But now he's got nowhere to go, and this is what I talked about. This is the peak press coming up a lot more effectively. They are working much harder now to prevent simple passes and easy balls by those in green.
Now here's a throw from FC Denver in Peak's half. Looking to go long, a swung ball into the box. Easily handled with by Peak 11. FC Denver recovers here. Now they're on this left-hand side. Trying to find O'Brien through, unable to squeeze that ball. Now a nice throw in here in the final third. Lofted into the box to the tall guy. Dom, a little flick. And they're unable to find anybody. So big clearance here by Peak 11, allowing FC Denver to go ahead and reset. They do so here with McBride. Finding Jonathan easily. The referee says that's a foul. Maybe a little soft, could have keep playing.
Little clip of the heels.
Now O'Brien on the ball. Oh, and a nice line split there by FC Denver, now driving. Here's John Lee. John Lee at the top of the box, finding one of his teammates a shot. And handled by Peak 11, so out for a throw it goes.
I think that was Shackley with the shot. Well defended. As you saw there, lovely sliding tackle, nothing but ball. I think that was the 2 sevens going against each other.
And now FC Denver, they get the opportunity to get one from the set piece corner kick. They've committed numbers in the back post around the PK spot. This ball's lofted in. A header. And a great hold there by Cesar. A great save going towards that top corner. Cesar with the flying acrobatics. And able to go ahead and hold that. Everything a coach would love to see from his goalkeeper. But FC Denver go ahead and recover after that Cesar punt. FC Denver content with the opposition having the ball. Look at this low block. Now Dominic for FC Denver. John Lee playing it out wide.
Fincher playing at left back.
Now shot towards goal. No flick there from the runner. And a great hold there by Cesar. Distributing to his center back Juan Torres, who's been captaining this side. And now an attempt by Peak 11 to go a little bit direct. Shot down. Looking to put a little bit of a press. Able to find Jonathan and plenty of space here in the middle. Fincher not committing on this left side. Now gets the ball.
Oh, that might well be a card for number 3, Peak 11.
Yeah, that's Drew Leskin picking up a yellow card, committing a foul.
Off the ball, forward was making a great diagonal run. Leskin couldn't stay with him and he just clipped his heels. Oh, and there might be a little bit of discussion about whether that was a...
That was definitely not a smart foul, not one that's needed, putting FC Denver in a dangerous position. Look how many players they have committed on that back post. If they can go ahead and serve this into that tall player that they have. Here it is, lofted. A header flick. The second man, rebound. And Cesar making himself look big once again, shutting down that FC Denver attack. But you have to ask questions of the defense. Why didn't they follow the runners? And almost FC Denver with the equalizer. A foul that Drew Leskin gave up, picks up the yellow card. Now FC Denver recover here in their own half. Peak 11 intercepting that pass. Here's Mateo on this left-hand side trying to get past one player, unable to do so. And FC Denver recover, going all the way back to their goalkeeper. Here's Jonathan in the middle of the box.
Long through ball.
And Peak 11 having to go back. And a poor clearance there by Cesar. This ball is still in bounds as we get close to the end of this first extra time intermission. Ball lofted to the back post.
O'Brien unable to bring it down.
Here's Albara, number 7 here on this right-hand side.
Sorry.
Albara again with the ball. Able to find one of his midfield at the top of the box. A shot. A deflection out for a corner kick. It goes.
I said O'Brien, I meant Albara Mutlek, who's already got 1 goal.
Already has 1 equalizer. And that shot he was looking for a second. FC Denver, another corner kick here, routine. Lofted to the back post. A header. And a free header goes out for a goal kick, and that will go ahead and conclude the first half of this extra time. Peak 11 getting that lead again off of a nice set piece there. They're up 3-2 against this FC Denver side. Stick around as we have a short intermission and we bring you the second half of this extra time. 15 more minutes for Peak 11 to go ahead and win and move on to the next round. 15 more minutes here for FC Denver to show their relentlessness, their intensity, their will to go ahead and come back not only one more time, but go ahead and possibly find that winner, take it to penalty kicks, and beat this Peak 11 side in penalty kicks. Don't forget, back in 2022, FC Denver was up 3-1, and Peak 11 came back 3-3 and won in PKs. We could go ahead and see something similar. We'll see what's in store in these next 15 minutes.
Should be a really short 1, maybe 2 minute intermission before they go get round and get back at it.
And this has been one of the more exciting U.S. Open Cup games that I've had the privilege to see live.
It has been a lot of fun thus far. Not a lot of fun if you're a coach on that far side. A lot of grey hairs being added to both teams. You know, for FC Denver, when they were down 2, had to think they were down and out, brought on a couple of subs, and it made all the difference as 2 of those subs have scored goals, which must have given grey hair to Peak 11's coach, who must have thought it's only a matter of time before we give up another one. But the resilience of Peak 11 and the quick start on the free kick, that flat ball leading to a corner, and Peak 11 scoring from that corner kick. So we stand at 3-2 Peak with 15 minutes of football left. Cesar makes his way down to our right to take up his position in the Peak goal. He really has been the star of the game. He's made several fantastic saves, a couple in the first half and one here in the first period of extra time, where he flung himself across to his left, and not only did he pluck the ball out of the air, he held on to it. There was one moment where a cross was fired in low and hard at his near post. He blocked it and the ball just sat there. But FC was unable to get a toe on it to poke it in the back of the net, and Cesar was able to recover it.
And FC Denver get us underway in these last 15 minutes of this first round of qualifiers for the 2026 U.S. Open Cup. And already they're looking to be dangerous. Driving into the box. We have a bounce into the box. Goes down. The referee says no foul. This ball is still kept in by Brady. A nice find there to go long to try to find one of his forwards. Now again, FC Denver here in peak 11's half. Committing players into the box now. Taking it into the drive.
Oh,
And out for a corner kick it is.
Dubowski covering well.
And already looking dangerous, the green FC Denver committing a few more players into the box. They're hanging around that PK spot. Here it is. Lofted. Out comes Cesar. A great hold there from the goalkeeper. Now going long to try to go ahead and find Jaime Gutierrez.
Oh.
And a nice little flick backwards there from the center back. Now here's FC Denver. Looking to start
Castillo.
their attack from the back with Castillo. Here's McBride. Fighting Finch.
And again, you've got O'Brien out here on this right-hand side now.
What a ball.
He has switched sides.
Now here's Carson Swope here, coming to get the ball a little bit deeper.
It will be interesting to see whether or not.
Now here's O'Brien driving with pace here on this right-hand side. Now unable to go ahead and play a thoughtful through ball here to Carson. At least a throw is one here in a nice favorable position. Looking to go long into the box. Player goes down. A second shot. And over a bar it is. A missed opportunity there from number 11. That's Alex Shackley. Just yards away.
So
We'll get a second look at this miss here. Look at that throw in. Ball bouncing around. Dominic going down. Ball bouncing around and boom. Out over the bar. I'm sure he's going to want that one back, as you saw his from reaction. Now Cesar taking us long here with a nice goal kick. Oh, and FC Denver winning a free kick. Not sure if I'm going to go ahead and agree with that decision, but
you're not wearing red.
making the game a little bit more interesting at least. Ball lofted into the back post.
That's
bouncing
handball.
around, a handball. And then a shot. A great finish,
That's
but
fine. So I noticed on this one that if you look down here next to us, wearing number 2, Frederico O'Brien had been playing on the left-hand side, and he switched. FC Peak 11 had switched defenders and put their faster, more nimble defender, Orlando, on him and had really shut him down. But he's now switched sides, and it's now Torres' responsibility.
yeah, and I agree, because you see Albarra there on that left-hand side for FC Denver. He's causing just as many problems as O'Brien has been, and perhaps you see here that since it's a little bit closer to the FC Denver sideline, want to keep your more faster player back there. And look, Orlando already coming, putting himself in a position, being swarmed by already a couple of FC Denver players. And that might be the game plan for this green side, to attack through that way. Through Albarra. With a nice little turn there. Gets past one. Gets past Orlando now. The cross. Takes a little deflection there. Nicely cleared there by Luke Smith. A nice brought down there by Jonathan. Now Castillo, nicely kept in. McBride now moving the ball around for FC Denver in Peak's half. Now again it goes for Castillo, who now lofts it into the box. Being bounced around. Still being bounced around at the top of the box. And now Peak get to it. Oh. Okay, and finally.
Linesman changed his mind. He lifted his flag one way and then changed it correctly. And it's a purple throw.
And there we have one of the peak 11 players down, cramping, perhaps looking for a substitution. If they have any more eligible players who are able to come in. That's number 3, Drew Leskin.
Who will be subbed out, and he's on a yellow card, so that may not be a bad thing.
Now Juan Torres with a nice throw, a nice little flick there from Maguire. FC Denver looking to keep this ball in. And they don't, so peak 11 now on possession. A nice little turn there from Mateo. Oh, not able to go ahead and keep that ball. So now here's FC Denver now. Oh, poor little flick there.
And I think as the game goes on and players get more tired, you're going to see a lot more fouls having to be called because you're late getting to the ball. Your challenges, your sprinting speed, everything is down a notch.
Peak looking to go ahead and go long. And their chance goes all the way back to the FC Denver goalkeeper, Matt Burford. Tries to go a long distribution. This ball is hanging. Now Luke Smith trying to find Maguire in a great position. Possibly wins a corner kick for his team. Nice, does so. And now peak 11 taking their sweet time to go ahead and walk over to that corner kick.
You wonder how many players Peak will actually commit to this with a 1-goal lead and 10 minutes to play. Referee's telling the Peak player to get a move on. As some of my players know, one of my favorite expressions, I've seen my grandmother move faster than that, and she is in a wheelchair.
And now peak 11 with the ball swung in deep into the back post.
Now we'll go out for a throw on the other side, and I'm sure you'll see about the same pace of play. In fact, you're seeing Albara go get the ball to make sure it picks the pace up just a little bit.
This ball being flicked around. FC Denver recovering with it, looking to break through quick on that left-hand side. Ooh. And Albara feeling a little bit of that challenge.
That could have been a free kick in either direction.
But FC Denver win the throw here. He looked to cross it in, asking for a handball. No handball, and I don't think Albara now has.
It's a throw-in. Linesman's flag goes, assistant referee's flag went up.
Can't say linesman anymore.
I don't know if it's politically correct or I think assistant referee is now the correct term. But I'm old. They're linesmen.
Now peak 11 get us underway with the long throw. Jaime Gutierrez committing a little bit late.
And Gutierrez is still down.
Now Castillo, nice little drive there. Gets the ball back. He's in the top of the box. No foul, says the referee.
Gutierrez still down on that far side.
Peak 11 win the ball. Nice, have the numbers. Some 2-2, 2v2.
Are they going to go to the corner? Oh, he didn't pick his head up. Look, number 18 is all by himself over here. with a late run. Gutierrez still flat on his back on that far side.
On foul now.
That will be a yellow card.
Game getting a little bit chippy here. And there's still a player down. I'm not sure why the referee has not acknowledged that.
Gutierrez either cramping and or hurting or both. And you can understand why Peak are not willing to take him out, although they might have to now, as their penalty taker. If FC did score, you would want him on the field to take a penalty kick.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And there he is, just rubbing his shins and his calves, feeling a little bit of the cramp. You can see the head coach there, staff for FC Denver complaining, but I'm sure this is all time that's being a little bit added back.
And he is going to have to be substituted. Yep, sub has come on.
And everybody back here for Peak 11, except the one. A long ball here from FC Denver.
High, high. Well, we know there'll be at least 3 minutes added to time for the Gutierrez injury.
And now Peak 11 have a lot of numbers here in the final third. But one of them commits a foul on the FC Denver center back, who is starting to commit a lot more players just high and about to try to find that late equalizer. And here they go again.
Alvaro on that far side.
A nice little 1-2 here. Driven into the box, across. Bounce around to Alvaro on this right-hand side. And
Oh,
it's
what a
nicely shut
tremendous
down.
tackle.
That's the captain, Juan Torres from the back.
Had to be exact. Couldn't afford to give away a foul there.
O'Brien now lofting into the box. Touches.
And
The
again,
shot is
well
deflected.
blocked. The Peak 11 defenders are sticking to their guns really, really well. No open shots, no open chances. Everyone's right there beside their attacker.
And Cesar gets us underway with the goal kick for Peak 11. We'll try to go long. Now McBride feeling a little bit of the pressure here from the substitute for Peak 11 coming in to replace Gutierrez. And Peak 11 putting a little bit of the high press.
Torres happy to get the ball out. I have 1 minute of regular time left, plus whatever time the referee adds for the Gutierrez injury.
Cesar
And
getting us
everything
long.
is going to go down the field now for...
And now Peak 11 with the net. Ooh, a one-time shot. Probably had more time than he thought.
Absolutely.
Right at the goalkeeper there. And it could have been that insurance goal that Peak 11 could use right now. And here's FC Denver now through on transition. More numbers in attack.
goes to the far post.
Jonathan, a nice first touch and a shot. And it hits the side netting there, out for a goal kick. And again, just moments away from that final whistle. Peak 11 hanging on, surviving this scare into extra time, moving on to the next round. And Cesar getting us long underway. Able to go ahead and find Mateo. A nice little flick here. Now we have a 2v1 here for Peak 11. Peeking his head up, finding the back post, a touch. And the goalkeeper is the first one to get there, keeping that out. And FC Denver still has a chance. And here they go.
Tremendous work to get back.
Finding Dominic, a nice little flick there to Jonathan. Jonathan unable to go ahead and find one of his teammates. FC Denver is still in the game. And now here's Peak with it. Mistake there from Miyagi. Here's Ibarra finding Jonathan into the box for FC Denver. Able to find O'Brien. And wins a free kick there, quite theatrically, for FC Denver. And what could be their last opportunity of the game. They go ahead and commit numbers now into that back post, into the box. 3 in the wall for Peak 11.
And if they do their math, the wall's 7 yards away. O'Brien over the ball.
O'Brien keeping it short here to try to go ahead and find his...
And Cesar.
And that will go ahead and do it here at Pinnacle Athletic Complex. The final score, it's Peak 11 3, FC Denver 2. That will go ahead and wrap up today's coverage of the 2026 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup first round qualifiers. And what a thrilling match tonight it was, with Peak 11 having a 2-0 lead for 83 minutes of the game. And then FC Denver having equalized late into the second half, taking this game into extra time. And then it was a Peak 11 chance in the first extra time half that gave them that lead, 3-2, that they stuck with defensively, relentlessly against this FC Denver attack, and now are victorious. So a little bit of a scare. Some of their key players going down with some cramps, a handful of yellow cards, which have had to bring down the defensive tempo from some of these Peak players, but they stuck around. They did it, they worked hard, and got the win here. So they move on to the second round. What did you think of this performance here today,
Well,
Keith?
I think Peak's got to be disappointed that they gave up 2 goals so late in the game when they had the game won. And I'm sure the coaching staff will take a good look at the video and go, what were we thinking? Once they changed their tactics back from prevention and decided to try and move the ball more effectively, they got the extra goal. It was just a heartfelt effort. I feel sorry for FC Denver. I thought they did extremely well. Coming back from 2-0 down, they definitely had a couple of chances in the extra time period, but could not find the back of the net. And so we'll see Peak 11 moving on to the next qualifying round. I'm sure I don't know if there's a draw that needs to take place. And so we'll see who they face. There are 4 teams left, I think, from this
Region, correct.
This regional qualification. So we got to get that down to 1. So a semi-final, if you will, and then a final before you really start to see some of the pro teams getting involved.
Some of those teams that we will go ahead and see in the second round here later in October. We'll go ahead and include Peak 11 from today, Boulder United FC from today after winning 4-0 against Colorado Rovers. We also will go ahead and see Harpos and Azteca, 2 teams that went ahead and got the bye from their performance in this year's the 2025 U.S. Open Cup run. So Stick around. We will go ahead and be bringing you some post-game coverage here, perhaps an interview with one of the players from Peak 11. But Keith, it's been a pleasure covering this U.S. Open Cup game. Always a pleasure covering any game with you, and I can't wait for the second round to go ahead and give us what the matchups will be. Regardless, 4 very exciting teams. I think out of the 4 teams, Azteca will be definitely the difficult one. So Peak 11, Boulder United, doesn't matter to them. I think they have promise. And again, just stick around here as we bring you perhaps one post-game interview.
Well, I thank you, Ricardo. Great job. Pleasure working with you as always. And it was fun and exciting, and that's what soccer can be. All those stick-in-the-mud Americans who tend to think that this is a boring game need to watch a replay of this kind of match.
All right, guys, I'm joined here post-game with one of the Peak 11 players. It's goalkeeper Cesar Romero. What a great game from a fan's perspective here. Your team held the lead for over 83 minutes, and then a scare there where FC Denver came back, pushed you guys into extra time. But great resilience. You guys found the winner against a tough opposition. What are your overall thoughts on today's game?
It was just a great game, really. I think FC Denver always brings the heat. You know, we played them last season, so we just had that, itch to get it back at them. And all the credit goes out to the guys. They were running and busting their ass off. So, just a great game overall for both sides.
Well, you give good credit to your teammates, but also some credit to you for keeping the team in the game. Some great saves we saw, Keith and I. There was one chance where a player was open at the top of the six and did a diving chest header attempt, and then you came out and snatched it. So I'm sure that a lot of that comes from a lot of training, but you guys have a lot of competitions you're playing in this year, not only the Open Cup, but the Mountain Premier League. And so what are your overall goals for this season ahead?
Yeah, just staying healthy. I mean, coming back from an injury is never easy, but, I'm very confident in my abilities to just stay as healthy as I can and for all competitions, but, just on and off the field, working as hard as I can.
Well, this one's on a more personal side here. Becoming man of the match, voted by us here, Keith and I at DT Sports TV. How does it feel for yourself to be winning an award like man of the match in the same competition as player like Lionel Messi?
Oh man, it's honestly just mind-blowing, but it's surreal, yeah. But it's just surreal is the only word I can use to describe it, really.
Well, Cesar, thank you so much for joining us today, and great win, and I hope you have a great rest of your night.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right, guys, joined here post-game with Don Harmon. What a scare is what you told me here just moments ago. Peak 11 up 2-1 for 83 minutes of the game. And then the equalizer come. FC Denver push them into extra time. A little bit of the nerves, but they found that winner, that relentless, and that last 15 minutes to close out the game. How important, what are you feeling after this game?
It's kind of been our recipe to come out, try to pinch an early goal, work our way into the game, and then we've been giving up leads lately and then coming back. So it's kind of like the way we've been playing. Open Cup's always going to be dramatic. There's always going to be kind of the unknown with teams we don't get to play all the time. So we all look forward to it, and that's the beauty of it, right? So it was fun to watch and really enjoyed it. Put it in. The
Mountain Premier League today is 2-0 over the Colorado Premier League. Boulder United and Peak 11 now join the second round with Harpo's and Azteca. What does this competition not only mean to the whole organization, but to yourself?
Winning puts you on the map. There's been a lot of teams historically who have won in Colorado, and it's put them out there on the map, and people know about them by name. So it'll help Peak with that. And obviously Boulder United have been playing great all summer and joined us in League for Clubs, and they've joined us now in the MPL, and they like what they're getting used to there. So I expect big things from them and from us, and we'll just keep battling it out and see where it goes.
Well, thank you for sharing those words with us here today, and hopefully a nice long run for Peak 11 in the Cup. We'd love to see a rainy night here, Lionel Messi play at Pinnacle Athletic Complex. But
someday, in our future.
Well, again, thank you so much for having us.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
We all make bad choices. Your insurance carrier doesn't have to be one of them. Make the choice you won't regret. The foremost choice.
With Super Sub, we are your factory direct source for premium quality, uniquely custom athletic apparel. We keep the overhead to a minimum and eliminate the middlemen, so you get better product at a better price. We use any number of 100 high-quality fabrics that we have on hand to custom tailor a jersey specific for your environmental needs and your sports needs. And we also offer product in youth and men's and women's sizes. And in addition, we do a wide range of training and sideline and supporter apparel. In fact, we can also set up a customer direct online team store, and these can be set up as a fundraising arm for your program and teams as well. Hands off for you. Our factory is also very, very efficient. From the time we place the purchase order until the time you have it in your hands for anything over 25 pieces is 3 weeks. And that's the same even if it's a 1,000-piece order. Super Sub Custom is the best option for you. Please reach out to us with any inquiries and we'll be sure to get back to you right away. We look forward to working with you. You can find us on Instagram at Super Sub Custom. You can email me directly, supersubdoug@comcast.net, or feel free to give me a call or send a text, 303-601-2523.
Hey guys, this is Eric Schuler. I specialize in speed, strength, and movement. Throughout my career, I've helped hundreds of athletes who want to get stronger, want to move more efficiently, and ultimately be more durable so that they can stay healthy and perform at a high level. I'm also an A-licensed soccer coach with U.S. Soccer, and I've coached at every level from youth to U.S. Academy to NCAA to professional. I'm going to talk to you today about the high school elite program that we're running this winter at Impact Sports. This program is designed specifically for soccer players and team sport athletes who want to spend some time this winter getting faster, developing some strength, and moving more efficiently. So if you want to move faster, get stronger, ultimately become more durable for the spring season, follow the link at myimpactsports.com or find me on Instagram and shoot me a message.
We all make bad choices. Your insurance carrier doesn't have to be one of them. Make the choice you won't regret. The foremost choice.
With Super Sub, we are your factory direct source for premium quality, uniquely custom athletic apparel. We keep the overhead to a minimum and eliminate the middlemen, so you get better product at a better price. We use any number of 100 high-quality fabrics that we have on hand to custom tailor a jersey specific for your environmental needs and your sports needs. And we also offer product in youth and men's and women's sizes. And in addition, we do a wide range of training and sideline and supporter apparel. In fact, we can also set up a customer direct online team store, and these can be set up as a fundraising arm for your program and teams as well. Hands off for you. Our factory is also very, very efficient. From the time we place the purchase order until the time you have it in your hands for anything over 25 pieces is 3 weeks. And that's the same even if it's a 1,000-piece order. Super Sub Custom is the best option for you. Please reach out to us with any inquiries and we'll be sure to get back to you right away. We look forward to working with you. You can find us on Instagram at SuperSubCustom. You can email me directly, supersubdoug@comcast.net, or feel free to give me a call or send a text, 303-601-2523.
Hey guys, this is Eric Schuler. I specialize in speed, strength, and movement. Throughout my career, I've helped hundreds of athletes who want to get stronger, want to move more efficiently, and ultimately be more durable so that they can stay healthy and perform at a high level. I'm also an A-licensed soccer coach with U.S. Soccer, and I've coached at every level from youth to U.S. Academy to NCAA to professional. I'm going to talk to you today about the high school elite program that we're running this winter at Impact Sports. This program is designed specifically for soccer players and team sport athletes who want to spend some time this winter getting faster, developing some strength, and moving more efficiently. So if you want to move faster, get stronger, ultimately become more durable for the spring season, follow the link at myimpactsports.com or find me on Instagram and shoot me a message.
We all make bad choices. Your insurance carrier doesn't have to be one of them. Make the choice